Good morning. It's actually been a year since I've been wild camping and made the first video I put on YouTube. I've just been bogged down with work commitments, and I arrived here late last night in the pitch black, so I couldn't do any filming. I think it's been snowing looking at the roof, so I'm going to put a brew on and then we'll get up and I'll show you this tent, which is the Hilleberg Akto. It's currently 1.2 degrees. It's definitely snowed. You can see it on the outside there. This is the vestibule. There's plenty of room to cook, and there's room for a dog if you brought a dog with you. And then I store my equipment, which is all of it, rucksack and everything down the side there. So I mean, you could have a dog here and store your equipment. Obviously you could take the inner tent out, it just unhooks, and you could probably use this in the warmer months as a two-person tent. This has got the footprint with it, which is like an additional ground sheet that just buttons up onto the inside there. It just helps the vestibule stay clean. It protects the bottom of the tent, the ground sheet. And apparently it also helps with condensation due to the stopping the moisture off the floor. I think with a small tent like this you're always going to have a bit of condensation. It's never really been a great issue with me. I keep the vents open, which I'll show you. There's a vent at the bottom there by my feet. There's a vent at the top at the same end, and there's also a vent up here, but I closed it when it started snowing last night. There is condensation in here. I haven't got my reading glasses on, so I really can't tell whether this is in focus or not. My apologies if it isn't. But you can see there, plenty of room. And I'm 5'10", and I can sit up in here in the centre, but my head is touching the roof. You can see it's got these little tags here. I have seen some people attaching a bit of string so you can hang things off like a light or whatever. But I would say anything over 5'10", you are going to be sort of crouched or hunched down a bit in here, but it is doable. Because of the snow outside, I will pack all of this kit up and put it away before I get outside, so then all I'll have to do is pack this tent up when I'm leaving. Which my tent goes on the outside of my Brecon or rucksack anyway. So all this equipment I've got will be put away out of the weather conditions outside. Just one for you, I don't have a down sleeping bag. I have a Snug Pack Softy 12 Osprey, I think it is. But in the winter months, if it's going to be sort of below minus, or if it's going to be below about 3 degrees, certainly if it's going to be any minus degrees, I also take this liner, which I got off eBay, I think about £8 or £10, and it's a micro fleece liner. It's quite bulky, so it does take up quite a bit of space in your rucksack. But it's well worth it. I don't know how many degrees, but it certainly turns this sleeping bag into a very comfortable. I mean, I've been out when it's been minus 5 degrees, and I'm not a hot sleeper, and I was lovely and warm. Plus, it's soft to the touch, and it's really comfy as well. Not very heavy at all. It's just a bit bulky. You can see with a 4-season tent, what you usually find is the fly sheet, or if it hasn't got a fly sheet, the tent itself, it goes all the way to the floor to stop or generally to stop the snow. So you can see, I haven't been outside yet, but you can see the snow as I've just moved this back a little, but it hasn't got inside. The only reason the footprint is wet is because I got up in the middle of the night. I'm 45 years old, guys. Of course I'm going to have a wee in the middle of the night, so I got up so that's the only reason why that's wet. Just one point with the Hilleberg Akto. Now, I don't know how old this is because I got it second hand off eBay, but it was in very good condition. However, the first time I went out in the rain, you can see the vent here, it leaked, it dripped when under heavy rain from that zip area there. Now apparently that's a fairly common problem. I'm not sure if it's the seam, stitching or whatever. But what I've done since is I've tape seamed it, you know, with that sort of tape seam glue that you can get. I think Go Outdoors sell it. So I've done that, and then I also sprayed some Fabsil on the outside as well, just in case. And touch wood, it's not leaked again up to now. But apparently that's quite a common area for leaking in the top of the vent. There you go guys, I'm all packed up. I still have not opened the door, and I've had breakfast, made a brew and packed everything away. So when I get out now, all I got to do is pack the tent, which is in this bag here, which goes on the outside of the rucksack anyway. So all of my kit and equipment is still dry. Here we go. It doesn't stay up for them. A little tip: if you roll it up from the side here, the way I'll show you now, it's never fallen down with me. Roll it from the bottom up, and that's when they have dramas. If you roll it from the side, it's absolutely fine. All packed away, so just the tent to do. From the outside, the area that I mentioned earlier about leaking is this area here. So I think the rain channels down the seam, and there may have been some stitching there that allowed it to drip through. So what I've done is I sprayed Fabsil all sort of down here, in fact on all the seams, and then put some seam glue on both sides in there, and then a bit of talc just to stop it sticking. It's the first time I've actually been out in this tent in the snow. I purchased it second hand off eBay. I paid £250 for it. I'm pretty sure they go for around about 650, I think, brand new. And when I got it, it had the additional footprint, which is an extra option. That came with it anyway. Well worth the buy. I think they're about £60 to buy on their own, but it came with it, and honestly this was like new. Everything was there. There's not a mark on it. I don't know how old it is, but I think I got an absolute bargain there. So do keep a lookout on eBay. They don't come up that often, but yeah, £250. It comes with 10 pegs. So you've got 4 pegs on each end. So you'll see the guy lines here, they've got a peg. And then there's a peg on each corner on like a metal loop there. So there's one on each corner. then 2 guy line pegs, so that's 8, the same on the other side, and then there's 2 guy lines on the pole there, so you get 10 pegs. Very light. I mean, the pegs, you can't even feel them when they're in your hands, they're that light. The pole's really light as well, strong. It's one pole, goes straight over the top, as you can see there. Really easy to erect. It literally takes a couple of minutes on your own. There's a vent at each end, which I always have open. Because as I said, a 4-season tent, small tent, is going to have problems with condensation. So have the vents on either end open there. These are adjustable, really easy to adjust. You can adjust them with one hand. One thing I would suggest is the side guy lines, don't over tighten them, because if you over tighten them, what happens is you lower the roof down. See, I'm pulling there, the roof's coming down. You'll make it wider, yeah, but then you restrict your headroom. And like I said, I'm 5'10", and my head touches the roof in there. Anyone tall, taller than 5'10", you're going to be hunched over. So don't be pulling these too tight. Just secure them so they're solid enough. A good thing with it is they come with this like flap. It's quite hard. It's like a plasticky type rubbery stuff, so it seals the zip in harsh conditions. Like I said, it's the first time I've been out in the snow, and other than when I woke up this morning and I actually saw it on the outside there, I didn't even know it was snowing. Absolutely great. I wasn't cold last night. I haven't got any fancy down sleeping bags or anything. I looked at my thermometer, which I've got, and it said it went down to about -1, and I was warm as toast. So that's it all closed up. There are instructional videos on YouTube of how to put these up from Hilleberg, but it's dead easy, so I'm not gonna read you it here. Just have a search on YouTube. It's absolutely cracking tent. I use it all through the winter months, and I've not had any problems other than that leak, and since I've addressed that, it's been absolutely fine. There we go, all packed up. Notice I put my tent on the outside. I also put it in an additional dry bag for some added protection. It's obviously waterproof, but it also saves in case you scuff it. Now, I know some people don't like putting their tent on the outside in case it falls off. Do your straps up tight, maybe tie a bit of string to the bag at the top and attach the string to your rucksack. But look at how much room that is now not taking up inside my pack. It's a light tent anyway, so it doesn't weigh me down in any awkward place, but I much prefer it there. Plus I've been camping in some quite bad weather conditions, and if I was having to pull equipment out of my rucksack to get at my tent, I'm going to have some wet kit, whereas I can erect this tent by just taking it off the outside of the rucksack, throw the rucksack and myself inside the tent, and then I can take everything out and all my kit and equipment is dry. Plus it also gives me the additional space inside the rucksack. Said my sleeping bag, my inflatable mattress and this sole mattress or airbed thing take up quite a lot of space. Perhaps if I had some smaller equipment it wouldn't be so bad, but I've always stuck it on the outside without any problems at all. You'll notice also my first aid kit is easy to hand on the outside, clipped on. I carry a strobe flashlight in case of any dramas. That's on the other side on a belt, on a pouch on that side there, just in case, because I'm usually on my own when I'm out anyway. Don't worry about the pot noodle. I haven't had one for ages, but I've run out of water, so I can have that a bit later, and I do love pot noodles. It's been a year since I filmed my last or my first video, and I'm in the same place as I was a year ago, and I'm about the same date. It was April last year I was here, and if you look at that video, you'll notice that it was about 20 degrees yeah, it's not 20 degrees today. That's the difference a year makes in the weather. Oh, and I've grown a beard as well. So if you do watch the other video, don't think that I'm a fast beard grower. It's been a year since that one. I've been quite busy with work, so I just haven't had time to get out. But hopefully now I've got into a bit of a better rhythm, and I'll be getting out a bit more, and I'll put some more videos up. I was quite surprised actually that the video up till to date, which is April 2019, is my last video, or my first video, has been watched 1,600 times. I really didn't expect that. The reason I put it on there was because I've watched so many videos, and I thought it's only fair if I chip in and put a bit of my advice on there. So that's what I hope to do with mine. But for those of you who have watched my last video, and those of you who are watching this one now, thank you for your support. If you do have any questions, please stick them in the comments below, and I will reply. I'll reply to everybody. But yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully see you soon. Take care. Bye.